Hi, everybody. I'm Mel Doerr, the Aloha Shirt Psychic, and I've got Linda Grindel in the house. Hi, Linda.
Hi, honey.
We were going to do Monday, but Linda agreed to do tonight because I was out in Arizona for a memorial service for a family member that passed away. And I want to thank everybody for their condolences. I mean, people were just so kind and sending.
They're so good. We got the best people out there.
We do. And I got one of my clients sent these lemons, and they're, oh my God, they're the best lemons I've ever had.
What type are they?
I don't know, but I got it written down. But it
Okay.
looks like a little orange, but it's a lemon. And for a lemon, they're sweet. They're not like sweet if you want to eat one, but they're really good. And oh, I couldn't believe they were so good. And then one of my other clients sent me these sun-dried tomatoes in this olive oil that is the best I've ever
To
had.
die for, huh?
Oh, it's so good. So
I really like lemon in my sparkling water, a nice cool sparkling water with a little lemon squirt.
so good in the summer. And that, what, that's good for your kidneys too. It helps to prevent kidney stones.
Right. I drink it faithfully every night.
There you go.
Well, it beats the old days when it would be vodka and a squirt of lemon.
Vodka tonic with a twist.
I was just listening to that book, Harry. I have it on audio. I get through it bit by bit. His 101-year-old grandmother, great grandmother, Queen Elizabeth's mother, he was talking about a barbecue they were having. She would drink a martini, and she liked it stiff with the gin. Do you think that's the key to being alive so long?
I don't know. My grandfather used to have a cup of coffee every morning with a tablespoon of bourbon. That was it. That's all he ever drank. I mean, he didn't get drunk. He just every morning had his black coffee, tablespoon of bourbon in it. He said it helped his asthma. I don't know.
Who knows?
Maybe a little bit's a good thing.
Yeah.
It didn't seem like people in those days, they didn't maybe live as long, but they weren't as sick as people are today,
I know.
I mean,
My dad learned to drink black coffee while he was in the army.
I only drink black coffee. I don't like it flavored. I don't like it with cream in it. I just like it black.
Yeah. I don't like flavored, but I like cream.
No sugar, no nothing.
Oh, hell, I got to have me in. That's the only way I can drink it. I never drank coffee until I gave birth to Nicole, and my neighbor, I was always tired. She said, have a cup of coffee. She said, come to my house. I'll get you a cup. She got me a nice big flavored cup of coffee, and I was zooming. And then I drank coffee all the time.
So Nicole came out holding a coffee bean?
No, Nicole was already born.
Oh, I got it.
I didn't drink coffee at all.
You know what? I take notions, like if like when we're in Arizona or if I'm away, I have a cup of coffee in the morning, but at home I never do. Every morning I have a glass of iced green tea and my avocado toast with just a few little bacon bits sprinkled on it. That's I'm pretty predictable, I guess.
Yeah, because I listen to you every morning.
You're with me every morning in the car going through, hey, they know my order by heart.
Yeah, they still ask you what you want.
I know, but or I'll start the order and they'll finish it.
Although it wasn't funny that time I was screaming through your phone, he's holding me hostage. Call the police.
But the only thing is they couldn't hear it because it comes through my ear. It comes through my hearing aids.
Oops, clumsy me.
There's one good thing to be said for hearing aids. I can't say no.
There you go.
Anyway, we got a lot of questions, so I'm excited.
Yay, you hit, my friend.
All right, so
I had a gig yesterday. Nearly 5,000 people showed up.
Good, yeah.
And oh my God, my guys just kept hitting me. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I'm used to doing one right after the other really quick, but sometimes when we pre-record like we're doing now, it gives us more time to chat and
to think about it. Yeah,
more time to think about it. So you brought up George Santos right before we started. What are you seeing, Miss Linda?
George Santos, I'm seeing that he has to go, and it's got to do with some money issues.
Well, they're going to find where he got all that money, and it's dark money. My guide showed me, obviously. Somehow or another, I don't know if they'll trace it to Trump or his organization or something, but they'll find out the source of where he got that money.
Okay.
I
just wish he would. I just felt like of all people, he would go sooner than the others. But McCarthy's going to hold on to him because he needs his vote.
If that were a Democrat or an independent that had done that, they would have
Oh
already
my
crucified
God.
him. It would have
They'd
been,
already be saying crucify him.
it would have been Katie bar the door,
Yep.
but only because he likes McCarthy, but he's an embarrassment. I got a funny feeling. My guides are telling me that at some point he's going to stand trial in Brazil. So if this country doesn't extradite him back, if he's ever on an airplane going to Europe, I got a funny feeling the Brazilian authorities are going to be waiting for him at an airport somewhere and take him to Brazil and lock him up. That's what I see.
Okay.
So, and trust me, you don't want to be in a Brazilian jail. That ain't pretty.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. So I texted you today. I had a flash that Marjorie Taylor Greene will be indicted for seditious conspiracy. And
where were you? When did the flash come?
It's right when I texted you. It was about I was making the chicken salad. It was around 6:00. I made chicken salad, and then I had another flash right after that Putin is kind of feeling victorious, not in Ukraine, but about in this country, because Donald Trump is now in control of the House via Kevin McCarthy. That's exactly what's going on,
Oh, yeah.
Now, I also heard that here's what triggered the flash is that Kevin McCarthy removed Adam Schiff and Swalwell from the House Intelligence Committee and put Marjorie Taylor Greene on. So I think it's a threat to national security because she sided with Putin, as does McCarthy and Trump.
Yeah.
But they won't win. I asked my guides. My guides were telling me they will not win. And my guides also showed me they were going to be leaking intelligence reports to Putin.
Well, Trump was doing that left and right. Yeah.
Well, the Intelligence Committee. And at some point, that's all going to come out.
Yeah, good. Well, they got that FBI guy that was leaking intel.
Yes. But, you and I had said that somebody would come forward from the government and kind of be a whistleblower. And I'll bet you he's going to blow the whistle on a lot of stuff.
That must be it, because because yesterday everybody was asking me, and I saw him, because it's such a stiff penalty for being a traitor like that. Like if I give you the names of everybody else that was in on this.
And somebody's going to come forward from the Secret Service as well.
Ooh, I love it.
I don't know if it's a result of this FBI thing or whatever, but it's not good. Well, it's
good.
I
love it. I love it. I love it.
Yep, it's going to implicate a lot of people. Anyway, okay, so 1290LI wants to know, regarding the recent assault on the homeless, will anything be done about it?
No, not right now.
I think so. When do you see legislation for gun control? Well, they've been talking about that for years, but I think once the Democrats take back over the House.
When the Dems take over, we're going to get DACA, which we should have had that done, but it was repubes holding everybody up.
Well, the problem is, even if the Democrats had the House and the Senate and the presidency, it's the Supreme Court. But what I see is at some point, I see 2 new justices coming on the court before 2024 or 2025. And that'll swing the court back to more center. And at that juncture, I see gun control. I see Roe v. Wade being upheld.
Okay. And I see them getting rid of what Roberts, the worst thing he did was allowing that United Citizens or allowing people to give and not have to give their name, who they were. Remember, Obama in his speech said that was the worst thing the Supreme Court ever did.
Well, they let corporations buy America, but that too shall change. And another thing that they're going to crack down on is gerrymandering. So
that all happened because of what's getting ready to happen to Trump and everybody. They're all getting ready to fall. And then it's almost like people are turning their heads saying, well, I didn't really know them.
Well, I think right now Trump might think he's out of the woods because the papers they found on at Biden, I think those were planted. But isn't it amazing they found some on Pence now?
Yeah, and did you see what he said, Trump? Pence is a nice guy, leave him alone. hang Mike Pence.
Exactly.
Terrible what they said at that rally.
It's terrible. Um, all right. So I see gun legislation, but I think when we get the House and the Senate and the presidency and a couple more justices on the court, I'll tell you who's going to be in trouble is Clarence Thomas.
Yeah, and that we were talking yesterday with the club. Everybody was talking about that new video, that new movie that's out about Kavanaugh.
Oh, what is that? I didn't see it.
Oh, apparently it's getting down in the nitty gritty. A
Is it
friend of
by
mine in show business who knows show business and knew about this thing. She said, "Oh, it's supposed to be something else." I can't wait till it comes out. It was at some festival where they have those movies, you know.
What's the name of it?
I don't know, but the name's out there, but it's about Kavanaugh.
Well, I'll look for it. We got to
Okay.
watch it.
It'll probably be on HBO, you know, because apparently everybody's yapping at the bits,
Lisa,
including our peoples.
including us, right? Lisa Anthony, could you read on the Russian warship with supersonic missiles headed toward the U.S.? Well, all missiles are supersonic. I mean, they fly faster than the speed of sound. That's how they get places so quickly. I think it's a show of force. That's what my guides tell me. Remember years ago, I used to watch those parades in the Soviet Union. They show all those missiles and stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's Putin's way of trying to intimidate us. I'm not worried about it. How about you? What do you think, Linda?
No.
You know, Putin is flirting with the Undertaker. You know, I think he's trying to say, watch out, because if you don't do what I want, I'll shoot these missiles at you. I don't think that's going to happen.
I mean, ever since America said we're going to start giving the tanks, all kinds of people are, all kinds of nations are giving tanks now.
I'm glad.
We got tanks coming from Germany, from Poland. We got tanks galore. That's really going to help the Ukraine, but also we're training their men. And, you know, Putin finally stopped threatening nuke because he ain't going to do it.
And you know what else?
He can't do it.
I also see the Ukrainians getting airplanes. And my guides just gave me a psychic flash as we speak, or for months, they've been training Ukrainian men to fly those and women to fly those fighter planes.
Wow.
I think it might be done through Germany or another country, but they're going to get fighter planes.
Okay, that sounds cool. Well, and also I'm feeling Putin, you know, we're coming up to the time frame, especially with Andre, with Putin's chart, that Putin's getting ready to go. I didn't feel he's dead now, but I'm feeling the energy fading.
You know, it's funny. I have a lot of clients that are from the former Soviet Union. There's a huge Russian population here. There's a huge Ukrainian population here. And many of them were Jewish, and they, you know, from the former Soviet Union. And I had two clients today, one from Ukraine, you know, when it was a Soviet Union, and one from Russia. And they're telling me that their relatives in Ukraine and their relatives in Russia. And I had one the other day from Belarus. And they're telling me that most of their relatives can't stand Putin. They can't stand Lukashenko in Belarus. And they're all asking the same question that we're asking, when is Putin going to go?
Okay.
And so
does he feel it? Does Putin know nobody likes him? I'm sure he does.
Well, I mean, you know, did Trump, you know, Trump had his little group of followers and he thought it was all at a piece of toast. But so
hail white bread.
Yeah, exactly. Here, Marilyn says, hi, Mel and Linda. I read somewhere Putin is being asked to step down. I don't think anybody in the right mind is going to ask him to step down in Russia, because that means they'll get pushed out a window.
They'll get shot, yeah.
But I do see him gone. And I don't see a long life for him either.
No, he's sick. He's real sick right now.
All right, let me see here.
Oh, I wanted to tell you guys that I saw the Banshees of Inisherin. The Banshees of Inisherin. It's a movie.
What's it about?
It's up for Academy Award.
Oh, cool. I'll have to watch it.
It's in Ireland. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. And it's on HBO, I think. You can watch it on TV.
I always watch
it. It got a 97% and Rotten Tomatoes. Wow. I'm going to tell you something. My sister hated this movie. And I saw it, and I think it's my favorite movie of the year.
Really? What's it about?
It's about, it's on a remote island off the coast of Ireland, and this guy is devastated. Check this out. His buddy, Colm, suddenly just stops talking to him. And he's like they went to the pub together, they had this routine. What's going on? Why did he finally got him to say, why did you stop talking to me? He says, truthfully, you're boring. And it's this whole long story. I was totally enthralled with it. I loved it.
Wow.
And we also saw a plane with my guy, Gerard Butler.
Ooh.
And it was pretty good. It's not up for Academy Award. I'm gonna see Tar, but I heard, in fact, it's right down the street from me. I heard that movie Whale is supposed to be really good, with the guy who used to play in The Mummy.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
He gained a bunch of weight to be in this, and he won Best Actor with the Critics' Choice Award, I think. But my sister said he's fantastic in it.
Do you sleep with that picture of Gerard in your bed at night?
I have a pillow somebody sent me that that has his face.
Ooh.
And I sleep with that.
Smooch with a pillow. I love it.
Yeah, I haven't seen The Fabelmans yet. I saw Avatar, The Way of the Water.
I haven't seen Avatar yet. I mean, I've seen Avatar, but not the new one.
It is a good movie. It's so spectacular, but it's 3 hours, over 3 hours long.
Yeah, but the special.
So this is how I saw the end of it.
Special effects have got to be good, right?
Oh, it was wonderful.
Okay, Crazy Shark 22 says.
Oh, and I saw Elvis too. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to see Elvis or not.
My son and I went to see it and I left. Please don't send me negative comments. It was too much of a circus act. It was like a circus act. It was too boom, 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 boom. And then it was on free here at home and I watched it again and I liked it better. But yeah, that kid that plays Elvis is really good.
I'm saying, who could play Elvis but Elvis, you know?
Oh, you would think he was Elvis. No wonder, God rest her soul, Lisa Marie and Priscilla were they said that if Elvis was alive, he'd say, oh, that kid's pretty good.
I'll tell you who thinks a good actress is Sissy Spacek. When she played Loretta Lynn, she did all her own singing. She's amazing.
She was fantastic.
She's amazing.
Someone was saying Tammy and something else is real good too.
Oh, Tammy Faye, The Lies of Tammy Faye. That's a good movie.
Not Tammy Faye. It's a country western couple. I gotta look it up.
Lynette and I know what you're talking about. Yes, I've heard that's really a good movie.
Yeah, and the actor in that, I really like him. He's a good actor.
Coal Miner's Daughter was good. That's an old movie.
Oh, I love The Coal Miner's Daughter.
And
I like the one that What's-Her-Face was in about the lies of Patsy Cline.
That was who played that? Oh,
she was in one of those King Kong
Beverly
movies.
D'Angelo.
Huh?
Beverly D'Angelo, I think.
Yeah.
Was
she played a part in it, but she wasn't. Let me tell you. Patsy Cline was played by she was in one of the King Kongs. She was known as one of the most beautiful women on earth. Let's see. It was Sweet Dreams. That was the name of it. Jessica Lange.
Jessica Lange. Yes. I saw that movie numerous times. It was really good.
Oh, her music, Patsy Cline's music was wonderful.
Oh my God. I've got everything Patsy Cline ever did on CD. And so I used to go to Kentucky and I'd put the CD player in and I would just have my beagles, my dogs in the car and wind the road down and just boogieing on down the road listening to Patsy Cline, y'all.
And singing.
And singing, I can't sing. People tell me shut up, but nobody could hear me. So she had some good. Oh, I love Patsy Cline.
You know, I had a boyfriend once years ago who was a terrible singer. But because I loved him so much, I said, yes, you're a wonderful singer. But what he thought was that he should sing all the time after that. And it was.
What I didn't get in singing, I made up for in dancing. How's that?
There you go. There you go.
Okay. Crazy Shark wants to know, what do you and Linda see happening first? Trump getting indicted over classified docs, or the Secret Service revealing the planting of Biden's docs? I see Trump indicted.
Trump. But his indictment first is coming from Georgia.
That's exactly right. We're on the same page, because that Georgia thing's lighting up. And you know what? He's not out of the woods in New York either.
Nope.
And
you know what he said in his deposition about that woman that he assaulted.
Oh, I know.
He said, didn't she say that she thought that was sexy, that forced, what they use, the R word, is sexy.
Who could? Oh man, that's just horrible. Well, and I'm sure the special prosecutor, Jack Smith, he's going to uncover a lot as well. The special prosecutor they appointed to investigate Biden is not going to go anywhere. As you say, it'll be a nothing burger.
Yeah.
Okay. Here. Let me see here real quick. I'm just scrolling. We can answer this one. This is Patricia Chambers. My little dog has a growth in his throat that's blocking his airway a smaller portion. He's an older little man, a Pomeranian, a fighter, and my sidekick. He has a couple other health issues, lungs, and a heart murmur. I worry if I do the surgery to remove this growth, he won't make it. I don't want to have him suffer, but if I can give him a couple more years, I'll fight to save him and get this done as soon as possible. I take him to work every day, making sure his meds are given, and I am grateful he's still with me. What do you see, Lyndon Mel? I see have the procedure done. My guide showed me how pull through.
I feel a procedure done too.
Yeah. I take my dog to work with me every day. So
it's quality of life,
Yeah, I mean, as long as the dog's got quality of life, my feeling is he'll pull through. I'd say go for it.
Yeah.
All righty. That was a good one. Somebody else has asked about Putin stepping down. I have not heard anything about that. Have you?
No.
Okay. Here, Yvonne Johnson. Hello, Lyndon Mel. I love when the two of you are together. Thank you.
Thank you.
But can you read on Mike Pompeo, which has been quiet? He's been very quiet, she says.
He was out interviewing today.
Oh, he was?
Yeah. I guess he made some comment everybody was upset about. He was trying to make January 6th like a nothing burger. He's going to run for president. He ain't getting nothing.
He's not going to win. And I don't think the state knows.
He won't even be in the playoffs.
Here's a good question. This is one I'm asking. What about DeSatan when he says that he doesn't want them teaching African-American studies?
Oh. A big group of students are suing him. The civil rights movement's suing him. He ain't going nowhere.
Well, if it goes to the Supreme Court,
he'll lose in the Supreme Court.
Exactly. That's what I was.
He'll lose in as crazy as those people are, he'll lose in the Supreme Court.
I think so too.
Because you're not telling any other Italian studies or whatever state, you're not telling anybody else they can do it just for blacks.
It's discriminatory.
Because they're acting woke.
It's really discriminatory.
Yeah.
People want to know if he'll ever be president.
Who?
DeSatan.
No. Actually, yesterday, the guys were saying not only is Trump going down, but DeSatan's going down too. Something with Matt Gaetz.
Good. Because I see Matt Gaetz going down.
Yeah, going down.
Okay. This says, I'm so glad that you and Linda picked up that Biden important documents thrown around are of some type of plant. You can bet when it comes to events that are suspiciously like Trump, that it's the Russians or Republicans are in on it.
Yeah.
Will it be found what transpired?
Yes.
Yes, I see.
Some of it was really a big, huge mistake.
I think so.
But I almost feel like Secret Service, and someone had said, no, Secret Service don't have a right for classified, but if you were planting something, you wouldn't want your name signed to it, so they'd get it other ways.
Somebody could have handed it to him and say, here, take care of this.
Mhm.
You know, that's what
But
I,
you know, they're talking about the stuff that's there, like calendars and meetings, nothing international like Trump had.
and it's, you know, they're comparing apples to donuts, not apples to oranges, apples to donuts, because
Right.
Trump had top secret stuff that he said, oh, they belong to me, and I don't have to turn them over. You know, I don't know what they found on Pence, but I'm sure it's,
He wanted anything on Russia. He offered to give those back if they gave him everything they had on Russia. Whenever he met with Putin, you couldn't take a note, or if you do, he'll take it and he'll chew on it or
that
stuff it
right,
down the toilet.
that right there seems criminal, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, but nobody would do anything about it.
Well, you
Those
know,
people ran over this United States of America and broke every rule in the book. Those children of his were not qualified for security clearances, and they really didn't want to give it to them. And he said, I don't care, give it to them.
I'll tell you, he's going to come down as Kushner.
Yeah, Jared Kushner, I've seen it. I've told people from the get-go. I saw him in the yellow or the orange jumpsuit.
You also predicted a couple years ago. I was talking to you, and you said I had this flash. You said that Trump was I don't know if you said convicted, but you said you saw a TV screen, and on there it said, you know, Trump in whatever you said for treason. I remember you telling me that. That was while he was still president.
Oh wow. Well, when I first started the YouTube channel and my guide started to talk to me and I just sat there, and I said, the guides have said to me that down the road, he will be proven to be an illegitimate president.
You said that he would also be charged with treason.
Yep. And same thing with Jared.
I think that was in the summer of 2019 or 2020 when you told me that.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember distinctly. I'm like,
well, it's going to start off with our girl Fanny.
With what? I'm sorry.
Fanny is going to start indicting.
Yes, you got.
I'm thinking. Are you thinking Graham's going to get indicted too?
Who?
Leslie Graham.
Yes.
Because our guide, Andre, looked at his chart and he was saying he didn't really see anything. But I think he goes down the hall of shame.
When you said that, I just saw legal papers flying all around him and then settling at his feet. And then I saw him in handcuffs being arrested. So that's what my guide just showed me. So Carol Titus wants to know, Highland and Mel, I always enjoy watching your show. Thank you. Hi. Questions. Do you see, is it Beto or Beto? I don't know how you say it. I'll say Beto. Do you see Beto O'Rourke and Val Deming's political future? Do you think Beto O'Rourke feels a sense of betrayal from the voters in Uvalde, as most of them in this past election voted for Governor Greg Abbott? I don't know if they all voted for Abbott, but I keep seeing Beto, you all can tell me how to say his name. I keep seeing him in a high level government position, and my guides keep telling me that, so I'm holding to it. He's not going to give up politics. I can tell you that right now.
No, but he's burnt out right now.
You know, but I still see Abbott gone.
Yeah.
You know, the crap he's pulling is just unreal. I mean, I don't know who's worse, DeSatan or Abbott.
Abbott's worse. No, I'm sorry, DeSatan's worse.
They run a close race, don't they?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what will go down in history is just one of the meanest, nastiest things anybody's ever done is when Abbott sent that busload of people in freezing weather to 2 blocks away from Kamala's house, and they weren't properly dressed or anything. That will haunt him forever.
Oh yeah, he's got. You know, it's just you think that people are upset with that DOJ. They're thinking, what the hell? Now, we can't quote this as gospel truth for entertainment purposes only, but they're saying Jack Smith is thinking the reason, and it's so interesting he's saying this out. What they're saying is Jack Smith is now questioning, did Trump need these records because of Russia? So they're onto it now. Now with this guy getting arrested, all this stuff. Let me tell you, it's coming out. It's coming out. This guy's going to talk. He's going to let everybody know that he was getting instructions.
It's adding up, Linda.
It's adding up. Intel in China was getting assassinated left and right because of this guy.
It's all falling in place. And you know what? We will know a little bit of it. Ultimately, we'll know it all.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of it they're going to withhold from the public until they can get the indictments they need. But
Right.
I mean, we'll learn a lot, but I think ultimately we'll learn the whole thing. It'll take a while. But oh yeah, Jack Smith, he's uncovering a lot, I can tell you that.
Yeah, and don't lose faith. Jack Smith doesn't lose a case.
Oh, he's not going to lose the case, I can tell you that right now. Not going to happen. You know, Trump will be indicted if he takes it to the Supreme Court. I'm just thinking those judges that he appointed should recuse themselves.
Oh, but they vote against him, except for Thomas.
Well,
he was so upset with them when he came to them over something that he threw to the Supreme Court, and they all voted against him. They said no.
Well, Thomas might leak to Trump what's going on, but I want to tell you something. Those justices, there's a lot of infighting that came to the surface the other day, but it'll come out how they were not.
Did you get a hit of what they're fighting about?
Oh yeah, about when they should recuse themselves, and about how they're letting politics affect their decisions, and how they're not really being fair, and how they're supposed to be not biased and they are. I mean, oh wow, it's like huge.
Yeah, and they're getting it from both ends, actually.
They are,
because they vote against Trump.
And the prime target, that they're going against are Amy Coney Barrett and Brett Kavanaugh. I think they're leaving Gorsuch alone, but there is a lot. I mean,
well, with this Brett Kavanaugh thing coming out, I'm feeling, and we'll find out later, I've felt this before, I'm thinking Roberts might get sick with this or so overwhelmed with this, he might say, I'm out of here. Because their respectability is like nothing. Well, 24%.
If Kavanaugh's smart, he'd resign from the court. But I do see some resigning, as a public outcry. And I think there's some justices as we speak that have been talking about how to because I think some of them know that there's dark money involved here. And I think some of them know more than they're letting on. And I think some of those justices who are honest are already looking at ways to get rid of the ones that are crooked.
Okay.
I mean, that'll come out as well.
Yep.
All right. Let's see. Lindy says, would you please check on what the Dems are going to give in on and give away on Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid to the rethugs? Or will Joe and team stand firm and get the clean debt ceiling raised? Thank you so very much for all you do for us and keeping us hopeful.
The debt ceiling. Are they going to approve it?
Well, Ted Cruz said he would keep opposing it because, well, I mean, he's in the
Senate. Who cares about Ted Cruz? He's a nothing burger.
I know, but it's just amazing they would hold the economy hostage.
This is our debts. This got nothing to do with the budget.
Well, they're going to, exactly. A lot of people think that the debt ceiling, they're voting to spend more money. They're not. They're just voting to pay back what we owe.
Right. Will the debt ceiling be? It's saying yes, it will be approved. So we're going to get by at the hair of our chinny chin chin.
Well, people don't forget. And if they don't approve it and the government shuts down, people don't get paid, they're not going to get paid. People don't forget stuff like that.
Well, you don't mess with people and their money. Well,
look at the midterm election year when typically, the other party wins by a sweep, but this wasn't even a pink trickle, and they were calling it, they wanted to have a red tidal wave. Was it even pink trickle?
Apparently they were lying about that, and they knew they were lying about it.
Of course.
The writing was on the wall because of Roe versus Wade.
Well, and I think a lot of that was misinformation coming from Putin too, leaked here.
But I just got a flash, I'll just say it.
Oh, good.
I got a flash that all this mail, like they're dumping bags of mail on these McCartney and all these people saying, get your hands off my Social Security and Medicare.
if they start playing with that, they're going to be in deep doo-doo. You know, they call it entitlement. It's not entitlement. It's something we paid into. It's not
Right.
entitlement. It really isn't. Okay. Sydney Downey wants to know, will police ever be held personally accountable for their criminal acts? Will we ever be able to abolish qualified immunity and stop making the public pay for police crimes? Well, let me say something here. You know, I worked with police departments a lot on homicides, missing people, murder cases, and there are a lot of good cops out there. There really are.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's a few bad ones. The same as with psychics. You
Yeah.
know, there's some good ones and some bad ones. You can't say all the police are bad. There are many good ones, but what I do see is those bad police officers being weeded out and held responsible for their crimes. That
Right.
I see. That I do see.
Right.
But so you know, so you know, qualified immunity, I don't know quite what that means. I know what it means, but I think they'll redefine it so that if you're a law enforcement officer and you commit a crime, you can no longer hide behind that.
Yes, or go to other places and work, you know, because a lot of them get kicked out of where they're at and then they just go someplace else.
Right. I mean, that back and the law's going to say, like, if you've been kicked out of here, then you can't go to work over there. You're forever done.
Right, yeah.
Okay. I can't pronounce his name. Ace Lynn, I think. Hi, Mel and sweet Linda. Oh, my pup is having her toe taken off because of the infection. I need reassurance that she will do well with the procedure. Um, my guides tell me your puppy or your dog will pull through it just fine. I think, you know, dogs are resilient. Your dog will come back really quickly. What do you think, Linda?
Who is this again?
Ace Lynn says that her dog is having her toe taken off because of infection, and she just wanted to be reassured that it would go okay.
I think it'll go fine, yeah.
All right. She said, they had nothing to impeach Biden for. I find it suspicious that they found documents at his house. Will they find out exactly who, how, and what? The answer is yes. I see yes to all three. All right. What do you think? They'll find out who. People are going to come forward, and some of those documents were put there. They'll find out how and what and why and all
Yeah,
that.
but I also feel like a lot of it is very mundane. Calendars and stuff like that.
Exactly. Yeah, some of it's just like their own personal notes. Okay, everybody, please send healing energy to Linda Sanchez. She said her brother passed Thursday, and her brother must have passed into spirit on Thursday. Linda Sanchez from San Antonio. So everybody, please send healing energy to Linda and her family in this time of grief.
Yes, definitely. Sending love, and he's gonna be fine, but I can't tap into him now.
No, it's too soon.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a good one. Barb Mecha wants to know, do you see Trump fleeing the country before his trial on stolen docs is completed? If yes, will he be extradited back to the United States? Well, the only place that's not going to extradite him back would probably be Russia or Belarus.
Or
So
Saudi Arabia, huh?
I don't know. I don't think I think it's too messy for them to deal with.
Okay.
Maybe South Africa, but you know, South Africa is kind of helping Putin. But
I don't see him being able to head out. I don't know why.
you know, all they have to do is revoke his passports.
Yeah.
And I don't care who you are, you know, you got to have a passport unless he's got some issued from another country, which would be illegal, I would think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here, this is from Letitia Krishna. Hi, Letitia Krishna. South African President Cyril Ramaphosa was recently under the radar when his game farm was burgled and $580,000, which was hidden in furniture, stolen. He claims this was from the sale of cattle. Was it? I don't think so. Do you?
That doesn't sound right. It sounds like he got it kind of.
Yeah, like.
But who do you think found it?
I don't know. She says, I really want to believe in Cyril Knight, and I believe he wants to root out corruption, but the dubious people he's surrounded by makes it difficult.
Yeah. I feel like he's bought and paid for.
I totally agree. There's just something, there's just something that doesn't feel right with this. It's like, and they'll root it out, by the way.
Yeah.
All right. Here. Let me see here. Oh, somebody's just asking about the documents found at Pence's house or wherever they were in his Indiana home. Did Pence knowingly keep these documents or innocent mistake? Sometimes, I've got a file and, you're packing stuff up, your people are packing it up. If it's anything like me, I go through old files, I go, oh, well, what's that from? What old cases I'd worked on. So I think some of it is just over. I mean, some of it, it's like when you're packing and moving, you put stuff in boxes and
Yeah.
years later you go through the box and think, what's this?
But remember, he's got a lot of staff, and so did Pence. I
Yeah.
mean, Biden. And sometimes the staff people didn't do their job either.
Right. Exactly. I don't know what they mean by supersonic nuclear weapons. I would assume people keep asking about that. It must be missiles or something. All right, let's see here, Linda. Oh, this is good. Annie M. Can you and Linda, I'm sorry?
I just said anti-M.
Auntie M, can you and Linda ask your guides if they see these mass shootings dying down or ending soon? There hasn't been one day lately.
I know.
Mass shootings. That California was horrible. They're all horrible.
Just terrible.
Also, will America give up their beliefs that Joe Biden is trying to take away their guns? Joe Biden's not trying to take away anybody's guns, but do we really need assault weapons to go hunting? I don't think so. Here in Illinois, the governor signed a law banning assault rifles, and now all these gun owners and the Republicans are filing lawsuit to take it to court to see if it goes to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court will probably say no, you can't ban these weapons. Who knows? But at least our governor's doing something.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing, they did a survey. I think it was on the Daily Show, where they went around and talked to people in London and Sweden and different countries from South Africa. There was this couple there. And they asked them, so what do you think about America? And they said, well, I'd love to go visit, but I'm not going while they're carrying guns like that.
When we go to Europe, you talk to Europeans and they will ask, is it as violent as in America as we see on television?
Yeah.
And, you say, well, the mass shootings are true, but, thank God it hasn't happened to us, but unfortunately it can happen to any of us at any time. It's frightening.
I know. That's how it is. Simple places like a fast food or Walmart or McDonald's has been hit up a couple
Shopping, you can't go to the movie, you can't go to your synagogue or your church, you can't go into a nightclub, you can't. I mean, what are we going to do? Say sequester in our houses because we're afraid some idiot's going to get an assault weapon he shouldn't have and go shoot a bunch of people?
Right.
I mean, we're all saying the same thing. Many of us are anyway. We don't need assault weapons. I believe that people should own weapons, yes, but not assault weapons.
Right. You don't need an AK.
You don't. That's right. Okay. KBG, it says KBG. I like that. Sergei Lavrov, the Russian Minister of Foreign Affairs, is in South Africa and is having his rear kissed by the government who appear to be endorsing his war. Is Putin bribing these politicians to get a nuclear plant built in South Africa? Oh, that's a good question.
Oh, yeah.
The country is utterly furious at this visit. So
what did you feel?
I'm sorry?
What do you feel?
Well, I'm sure Sergei Lavrov is there wanting South Africa's support for Putin. Absolutely. And
But see, Putin's going down in a minute.
Well,
I got big dreams on this, but Putin's going down.
Well, good.
They'll start off thinking they're going to do it, but it's not going to happen. And the people gather like rallies or marches or something.
But I do think Putin is is influencing the politics in South Africa.
But Putin's not going to be around much longer.
No, he
He'll be
won't.
gone by this year, gone.
But I don't think Sergei Lavrov sees that, or they're just trying to make positions for themselves. But I
Yeah.
do think that they're going to try to put a power plant in South Africa. But you know what? They're trying. The Russians are trying, or Putin and his cronies are trying to get it. But I don't see it happening.
Yeah, I see them like excited, like they made a deal. Then I don't see it happening.
Nope, it won't. And they're going to be held accountable, the government in South Africa, because I see a new government in South Africa coming.
Yeah, God.
All right. This is good. Here. I see in here that many of the things that some Republicans openly support right now, they wouldn't have dared to support 10 to 20 years ago. Crazy anti-vaccine conspiracies, misogyny, supporting and encouraging violence toward LGBTQ people. What is the future of the Republicans? Question number one. And two, and the people who lean to the right will get more extremists, or things will get better.
When Trump goes down, a lot of this is going to change.
Right.
And a lot of people want Trump, the people on the right want Trump to go down because he's a big thorn in their side. You'll still have the religious right, but you know, they will get stronger, especially when they take over again in 24, where they're going to say, you know what, these churches want to talk politics, we're going to start taxing them.
Good. But you know, here's the thing. This religious right stuff, I get it, but I don't get it. Because everything Trump stands for, or everything they're supposedly against, right? But they play up to him because they knew they could use him to get what they wanted. And that's to cram more stuff down the rest of his throat. And it's, you know, to each their own. Let them worship however they want. But don't tell me how I should.
Exactly.
They don't seem to get that. You know, that's not Christianity, in my opinion.
Right, right.
But, you know, I guess, but then here again, like those Trumplicans that are still in the House and in the government, what happens to them? My guides tell me ultimately they'll be weeded out.
Yeah.
That's what I see. You know, I heard one of the commentators, and I keep saying this because it's so cool. With a lot of these MAGA Republicans in the House, like Santos and Marjorie Taylor Greene, they said it's like a drunken hangover from the Trump years.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, that too shall pass. But it's pretty obvious that McCarthy is being handled by Trump inside and out.
And you know, Marjorie Taylor, that's why one of the reasons he's allowed Marjorie Taylor Greene to get so close to him.
Right.
Because she's in Trump's. And also she thinks she should run for VP with Mike. She thinks with Trump, I'm sorry. She thinks she should be vice president with Trump. Carrie Lake is itching for that position.
Well, you know what? Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall.
The problem is he's not even going to get to first base.
Well, he's not. Oh, this is
He's
really
going to get hard with that assault on that one with that woman for lying about it.
Oh yeah, and doing it. He's innocent,
right.
proven guilty. So let me
right.
entertainment purposes only. Okay, MEJ. Hi, Mel and Linda. My question is, now that they found documents in Pinson's residence, will they search other residents as well, and will they find anything? You know, if anybody's smart that used to be in a position like that, if you find it, just turn it in the National Archives.
Yeah, maybe the actual presidents themselves are looking through old closets.
Exactly. Eve Navala. Oh, this is a good one. I like this. My question is, I feel like Doo is about to hit the house. What do you see? She says, I got more popcorn. Eat popcorn, drink Coke, and watch the movie. What can I say?
Right. Ooh, Coke sounds good. I haven't had Coke in years.
Well, I had one on the airplane. It was like it hit the spot, you know?
Yeah, sometimes a good bubbly Coke.
Oh, yeah.
Nice and cold.
Oh, on the airplane? Yeah, because it's so dry up there in the airplane. It's like,
yeah.
Okay, we got.
I like ginger ale too on the airplane.
Ginger ale.
There you go.
Ginger ale or Fanta orange. Oh, it's so good. Okay. Ooh. Let's see. Sweet and salty. I like that. Hey, sweet and salty. Well, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Taters Green, M. Taters Green, and Jim Jordan go to prison for their involvement in the insurrection.
I see an actual trial with them.
I see indictment for at least one of them. You know, well, no,
I'm
actually,
seeing Marjorie Taylor Greene more so than Jim Jordan.
right. Well, she tries to backpedal, but they've got some stuff on her
They
already.
got some stuff on her.
I think she thinks she's above the law because she's in the House. So
She thinks she's running the show right now.
she does, and she isn't. But that's just it gets me nervous that she's going to be on the House Intelligence Committee.
Oh, but I love how Jim Jordan told the DOJ, give me everything you got on this and this and this. And DOJ said, actually, we can't because we're in an investigation and we can't share that information.
Yeah, the House Intelligence Committee can't get that stuff. There's no way. They can go to court, but they're not going to win.
No, not while they're in investigation.
Right. Ooh. People are asking about.
Well, you know why they wanted it too, so they could tell Trump what they had.
Of course, Trump's behind it. Oh my goodness.
Remember that guy? What was that guy that now works for him at his True Social? What was that guy's name? And he ran over to the White House to give Trump the 411.
Devin Nunes. Yeah, well, is he still working for him? I think
He works for him, yeah.
Well, you know what? That's another Trump patsy, but you know, at some
He
point
ran over there when he got some information and he wanted Trump to know. And
Well,
it was so obvious what he was doing.
that's exactly what's going to happen now. Anything that comes through the House Intelligence Committee, there's going to be a hotline to Trump. Now, if the DOJ is smart, what they should do.
That's what their DOJ is smart.
Well, what they can do is tap his phone. And I see something like that.
Yeah.
And that would be legal. They can do that, you know.
Yeah.
So you're right. It's going to be just exactly what happened like Nunes. Everything that, and Nunes says, oh, I was just over there visiting. Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
He ran over there like
But
a little, you know what?
I keep seeing Nunes under indictment. I've always seen that. And at some point, you know, he's working for that Trump news organization or something. I forget what it is, but Trump will throw him under a bus. You wait and see.
And I guess Meta and Instagram all opened their doors to him again because he's going to be a candidate. So he has a right to be on there. It won't be long before they get rid of him again.
Well, that certain organization owned by Elon Musk is going to go down the tubes, I'm telling you.
Yeah, Elon Musk opened it for him and he said, no, I'm not going to go on Twitter because I don't want my stockholders in my place being upset.
Yeah, but I think he is, isn't he?
He's not on there now.
We'll see how that works out. Okay, we got time for one more. Let's see here. Okay. Well, we've answered this one, but let's say again, will Matt Gaetz ever be held accountable for his bad deeds? I laugh because I say yes.
Yes, absolutely. Matt Gaetz yesterday, when I was reading, I could see his face. It was flashed. There's news coming out about Matt Gaetz, Kavanaugh, Trump,
You know,
Linda G and her torrid affair with somebody of unknown origin.
her torrid affair with that pillow.
Oh my God, I'm a pillow lady. I'm a pillow lady.
I like when you tell people you can write to me at bodacious tata stuff.
I wonder how many people put in bodacious.com.
I don't know, but it was funny. It was really good. On that happy note, Linda, it's always fun. And Monday, I'll be on your show, right?
Yeah, next Monday. Wait, this coming Monday. Oh my God, time is flying. You, me, and Kevin.
Yes. Yep.
And we're going to answer personal questions. It'll be on StreamYard. I sent you the link. If you can't find it, let me know.
Yeah, I'll probably say, Linda, where's the link? Send it.
I know. That's how I am. I always tell people, send me the link the day before because I lose it.
So, you know, I'm getting used to StreamYard. Sometimes we'll do pre-recorded and sometimes we'll do StreamYard. And it's just sometimes, you know, with this way, we've got more time to chat and answer questions and things like that.
Yeah.
I'm used to answering them rapid fire because I used to do television, so it'll be fun.
Yeah, we'll have a good time.
All
I'm
right.
getting pretty good at, and all the moderators, we have good moderators.
Oh yeah, the moderators I got are really good, and so yay.
All right, my friend.
All right, darling, you stay well.
Thank you.
All
Good
right.
night, everyone.